Hey, what's up, everybody? Brian with Brian's Knives. Hope everyone is doing okay after the hurricane and the storm went through. I know, gosh, you guys in Tennessee and in the Carolinas especially are just have been hammered, and I'm really sorry to hear about that. I've been watching the news, seeing all the video, and it's pretty horrible where a lot of you guys are. I've certainly been praying for you, keeping you in my prayers, and pray that you get all the help that you need to get things back up and going again. I've seen some different nonprofits that seem to be trying to get in there and help. So I really appreciate hearing about their work. It seems like our leaders in Washington are kind of absent at the moment. I've not heard much out of the White House in particular, so not a good look at all from the president and vice president. But I guess it is what it is. I think it comes down to they just don't really care about you too much. I think that's what it amounts to. But enough of that. Just want to hop on. I did go to a case event with Brother Dwayne, or saw Brother Dwayne there, I should say, this past Saturday. And I wanted to give a little report on that. And so let's talk about that. We'll show a little bit of what I bought that day, not a bunch. And let's see here. So let's talk about, it was at down in Richmond, Kentucky, which is, I don't know, it takes me probably about 45 minutes from my house to pull into the parking lot there of the Ace Hardware there in Richmond. It's a big store, really nice hardware store. I learned about this, I don't know, maybe around last Christmas or so. My wife and mother-in-law were thinking about getting me case knives for Christmas, which I'm glad they did. And they were looking for some local places to look at those and maybe pick one up. And I think as my wife was doing some research on that, she ran across that Ace Hardware Store in Richmond. And, that was news to me at the time. I wasn't aware that they were a case dealer. And sure enough, we made our way down there, several months ago, checked it out. They got a lot of knives there, and a lot of case knives in particular. I don't know. I would say them in Georgetown and Emerson Farms are pretty close. Maybe in the amount of knives they have. It's kind of hard to tell because the displays are all different, but it kind of feels about the same to me. I do like the fact that they do carry some Rosecraft now too, which is really cool. And they have a few other knife brands too. I can't really recall. But their major knife selection is going to be around case for the most part, with a few other things thrown in there. And they sell all kinds of related products. So they've got slips, they've got case slips, they've got, I think I saw ballistol there. They have case cleaning cloths. They have different kinds of cases to hold your knives in or transport your knives in. So it's a nice place to visit, and I bought some knives there. That's where I bought my case longhouse. Was right there in the shop. I didn't go in there to buy that day. I really was looking at some case knives, and one of the patterns I had picked one or two up in already, and thought I'd run in there and see what they had. And the young man at the counter was kind of going on and on about the longhouse, and so he got it out, and I was messing around with it, and I liked it, and I bought it that day. And so I bought some knives there, and I'm glad to do that, especially since it's a local place. I believe there's a local gentleman that owns that whole store there. So it makes you feel good to support somebody local, especially when they have a really good selection like they do in their case knives. So if you're ever up in central Kentucky, they're close to Richmond, it's worth stopping for. There's also a Buc-ee's close by for all you guys that love Buc-ee's. There's one of those nearby too, so you can do a 2-for-1 there. But anyway, it was a cool event. Friday night they had, I believe he said it was a fish fry for the case collectors, club members. I didn't know about that until it was already over with, but I'm definitely going to go next year, as long as I'm able to, for whatever reason. But yeah, he's like, we didn't check anybody's ID or card or anything. If you showed up, we fed you. So I thought that was really cool. And then the day of the case event, of course, they were doing some giveaways and stuff like that, kind of your typical stuff. But beyond that, they actually had all their employees bring in pots of chili for lunch, and I believe I saw some barbecue over there as well. And so they were like feeding people, taking care of people, which is really cool. Yeah, so Brother Dwayne was there before I was. I ended up having to go by the vet Saturday to pick up some things for Levi, one of our schnauzers. I was supposed to got that Friday, and then they lost power at the office, and they ended up having to cancel the appointment, so we didn't get over there. And then they were going to close at lunchtime and going to be closed until Monday. And he needed this right away, so I had to go over there first, drive into Lexington, take care of that, go by the bank, all that kind of stuff, get gas, and then drive to Richmond, which probably from there was an hour away. And so I didn't get there till about 11 o'clock. I think they started at 9:30. It was over at 12:30. But it was really cool. Brother Dwayne, because he'd gotten there early and been kind of meandering around there, I guess, had met the owner of the store and told him that, he had a YouTube channel and I had a YouTube channel. And he was like, oh man, that's great. I would love, to be on your guys' channels and talk about life collecting, whatever you guys want to do. So, yeah, I hope to get back down there and maybe me and Dwayne can go together and do a little video with him, do a little interview maybe about how he got into knives and, why he became a case dealer and all those kinds of things. So I think that'll be fun. So that'll be coming in the future. I got to work this coming weekend, so it's going to be a few weeks probably. But anyway, so that'll be fun. I only bought a couple of things. The knife budget is kind of shot right now, and so, but I did want to buy something, and I've been looking for a sheath like this. I've got to where I'm always carrying a copper lock now. I just love them, and so I've got a really great slip for one, and that's great. But I really wanted something for belt carry too, and this was hanging on the wall there along with some case slips, and I grabbed this one, love the look of it. It seems pretty well made. It's got good heavy stitching. So we're going to see how this guy holds up, but so far I really love it. It just sits on my belt just right. It doesn't rub me anywhere. So that's really good. And I was trying to see, I'll put the name of the company in there. It's hard to see on this leather. And I wasn't familiar with it, but I did look them up on the internet, and they do make all sorts of leather items. And so, this just happens to be one of the things that they make. But very cool, like it a lot. And I think it was $15.99 plus tax. So $16, so about $16.47, I guess, with tax or so, for that slip or sheath, I should call it. I thought that was a great deal. So I was really happy with that. Grabbed that, and then, they had they had all kinds of case stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hats, they got license plates, and they had some bandanas. So being that fit in my budget, I picked up a case bandana there. These were not what I would call inexpensive. I think it was $8 or so for the bandana, which is a lot more than a regular bandana. But anyway, so you'll see. I'm sure you're going to see this in some videos and stuff coming up. But grab that, and of course, Brother Dwayne. If you see Brother Dwayne, he's going to have something for you, and he did. And I hadn't opened this all the way up, but gave me a great orange bandana, which I really appreciate. Because, I like orange. And they also had his new decals, and I think these are really cool. So, yeah, check out his new decal there. I need to do a new decal, but I just can't decide what I want to do with my logo, so I haven't been able to knock that out yet. And of course, there's a pocket cross in there, and the bookmark that goes with the pocket cross. So really cool stuff. I really appreciate that from him, of course. So it was a good day. It was a good day. I think he won some stuff. I think he and his wife both got case hats, and they were giving away, I think, some challenge coins and some different things. And he bought some knives there at the event. And so I'm sure he may already have his video up, or if not, it'll be up pretty soon. I'm sure he bought a couple of beautiful knives from there. They did have a discount table, which was cool. They had, quite a few case knives out there. I didn't see anything that, that really was something I was looking for. But at least they did have some knives on sale there as well. So I really liked kind of the vibe of it and how it was run. It wasn't like just cramped packed full of people like it can be at some place like, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So that was really nice. You could look and take your time and chat with people and chat with the owner if you wanted to. Everybody was super nice, super friendly. So I can't wait till next year, and I'm going to plan to spend more time down there and maybe make that Friday night and then Saturday. So anyway, it was cool. They also did it looked like, I think it's a silent auction of sorts where you were bidding on some items they had out there. Some of that came just from the hardware shop, so there were some appliances and different things. But there was also like a case display stand that I think was one of the items that was included in there as well. So really nice. Of course, Levi and Lexi are playing, so I got no shot of making a video that's quiet. But it is what it is, right? But anyway, so just wanted to share those things with you. Like I said, if you get a chance to go to that in the future, I'd highly recommend it. I thought it was great, and can't wait till next year. And I did see that they said it was their largest or most well-attended one they've done. I'm not sure how long they've done them, but it was pretty cool. It seemed to be, even with all the weather and all the craziness that was going on this weekend, they had a pretty good turnout. So that was cool too. All right, guys. Well, hope you had a great weekend. It's Sunday, about 5 o'clock. I just ate some supper. Well, that's 5:45, I guess, a little bit ago. And my wife's been at choir practice. She's probably on her way home by now. So got a quiet evening planned, and then back to work on Monday. All right. All right. Well, you take care. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.
Video ends, and the screen fades to black. I feel warmth from the memories it brings back.